Well, go ahead, try a turn. Tina, why are you groaning? You're doing fine. Tina, relax. Easy. Okay. Tina, you're kind of headed toward the only other car in the lot. You have plenty of time to turn, Tina, so just go ahead. Turn one way or the other. You're just swerving back and forth. Turn one way and stick with it, Tina. Tina, for the love of God! Turn away or stop! The brakes, Tina, on the left! You're about to hit that car! The brakes! Hit the brakes! Oh my God, it's bad.
I ruined the car.
You did. You really did. Okay. Well, that's... At least there doesn't seem to be any damage to the other car.
No, I see a dent. There's a dent.
That's a ding, not even. It's like a little scratch.
No, it's a dent.
All right, we'll leave a note. You know, then again, for all we know, that probably was there, right?
We have to leave a note. We have to leave a note.
Okay. You're so honest. Who raised you?
I don't know.
You had so much time to not fuck this up. But much like a bee desperate or a fly desperately trying to find the way into the Coca-Cola can that was left out into the sun too long, you got there. You super John boy. Gungati, can you, like, I would like to ask you before any of this, do I ever make any comments on early game Reapers for especially low level Terran players? Have I ever made a comment to that effect before? I don't know if you might have missed it. And in about 5 seconds or so, my money should disappear. Okay. He says 5 seconds or so. Alright. Head-on is good to go. Okay. Like... It's not bad. It's just so obvious that, like, I want to turn it off because what you need to do is either look up any information or play more than 5 games. Like, nothing I say here is going to help you because nothing I've said pro bono for free on videos apparently you've watched before, which I call absolute bullshit on. You know what? I believe you. You watched it like, I'm playing the game, it's in the background. It's honestly, you probably watched it like it's I don't know, Narcos, where I'm speaking from experience. You know, Narcos, half of it's in fucking Spanish, and it has subtitles, but you weren't even watching the screen. That's effectively the same thing. You did miss a whole lot of the plot development there, because the subtitles are kind of fucking important. But sure, you watched it. Because this shit right here, no bueno. What the fuck? Like, your first reaction to, oh, he has cannon should be, oh, I should have this game easily. Not, I wonder how to get around the cannons. Also, what about orbitals? It's so bad. Like, none of it's exactly wrong, but almost none of it is exactly right either. At what point, like, where have you ever seen people build Hellions against Protoss? You might be like, but Winter, TY's gone mech. Does mech also involve getting infantry weapons with unstim Marines and a second barracks and also a second factory? What the fuck is this? This ain't Brood War. This is like a campaign mission.
Mineral patch is gone.
You don't go 2 factory, 2 barracks, 1 starport. You're not Zerg. You don't just magically build a whole nother variety of units.
More supply depots.
So if you are taking a third, but instead of say losing your entire fucking army, I'm sorry, I'm very like, nothing gets me more than internet issues. Okay, no matter how many times I type that HTTPS nowadays ://www.gofuckyourself.com. Comcast doesn't load it sometimes. So because we started out with that, I'm not in an incredible mood. So maybe they're just helping with that. But why? Like why? Why? Why do you need to drop him? You know he already has a cannon. So even if he just had the cannon and nothing else, this still would be a pretty mediocre idea, because your drop is like 4 Hellions and 8 unstim Marines. Don't procreate.
More supply depots. The enemy is attacking your base. You're off.
It's
Command.
like, it's not right. Where you get, like, where's this?
Research finished.
What you're doing, like, this is like the Bible of builds. It's like thousands of years ago, someone wrote down a build order that's been translated by a bunch of people with their own agenda into 55 different languages, and eventually, like at some point, Terran Jesus was like, hey, you should go 3 racks, 1 factory, 1 starport. And nowadays, people are like, well, 2 factories with smart servos, and also don't build more than 1 orbital because you gotta make sure you have planetaries, and make sure you get those turrets, because if you don't have at least 8 turret, the TPM at 10 minutes must be at least 1, or else you will you might as well play Protoss. Like he's doing the same thing. Your opponent's doing the same thing. So matchmaking is working perfectly. Yeah, you gotta have a monogamous relationship with your orbitals. 1 orbital per player. Anything more is gratuitous and sinful. Yeah, he's over there with fucking Phoenix and +1 air weapons. You're over here with smart servos and 2 barracks.
An upgrade. Your command center? Better than ever.
I'll give you credit for building a bunch of random command centers. I'll give you that. Like, just by randomly, all over the place. That is the one thing I think is ingrained in your brain that is going well. Everything else, like, Winter's Guide says at like 12 minutes you should have tanks and Marines. Didn't I do good, Winter? No. No, you did not. They could make a fucking documentary series about your troubled childhood if this build order grew up into this. But eventually it's a success story because I built tanks and Marines. And let's just gloss over those early game parts. Should I get orbital or planetary on my 4th? First, congratulations on a 4th. And next, probably planetary. Okay, so you could attack this way, or you could go around. Like, honestly, this isn't a terrible attack.
Roommate is Sergeant Tucker. He is making me do this.
Did he pay for it?
Don't use hotkeys. Get ready
Oh,
to
you're
get hacked.
Protoss, right? Tucker is making you do this. Wow. I don't know what kind of house Tucker's running over there.
Nice.
What did you just do? Did you just... They're like, oh, when we mine all these minerals with the mules, though, it's trickle-down mechanomics, okay? If we just queue up 4 tanks and 1 Thor on 1 factory, then eventually all the minerals will be spread around to the barracks and the starports, and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's supply block economics. That's like, it's like, but if all the minerals are in 1 factory, then how are the barracks gonna get the mineral? Not a problem. Don't think about it. It's like, but what if we got 2 upgrades for our Marines? What if we got medevacs for all those Marines? How are you gonna pay for that? We gotta get the fucking tanks out of that factory. My dad owns that. I mean, this factory is the best producer of tanks. We need those tanks. We need those tanks. It's very important. And the thing is, you still have 1,800 minerals, so whatever.
Mined out of that mineral field.
You're building out of 1, like, the thing is, I saw you with the fucking production. You have the hotkeys. You tabbed through, or clicked on the 1 factory, I doubt clicked. And you decided, after tabbing to the factory, I'm gonna queue up an entire cavalry regiment of tanks, and that's it. I'm done. My work here is done. I don't know.
Mined out of that CC upgrade. Refinery.
I wanted to use the 2nd factory, but it wasn't able to build tanks. I wonder why. I wonder if something happened that at this moment we still are unable to build tanks from that factory.
Ready for dust off.
You're maxed out.
Out again. Maximum supply. It's time to raise your CPU. Add-on complete.
I like our army hotkeys. Of all the problems though, like having no army hotkeys is if in problems of the same size and girth and height and depth of not having any control groups for your army, like if I had to rank them of the problems you have, it'd be like 6th. Alright? You've built a whole lot of units. I'll give you that. But it definitely isn't the biggest issue.
Upgrade is all done.
Oh, a follower.
Upgrade.
Thank you, Umski.
At what cost?
Okay, so your tank spread, not bad. But this begs the question why you built any Marines at all. Like, what the fuck? It's like, well, my tanks are going to be well spread, but all of my Marines decided to do some fucking parachuting into a hurricane because they'll die like they lived. Not for long. Or quickly. Thankfully, you have enough medevacs that some of them will live.
Mineral field.
You see, eventually I got Marines and tanks just like the guide, Winter. Are you proud of me? No.
Maxed out.
I'm disappointed.
Is attacking us in this, right?
I'm disappointed because I know it works.
Ready for dust off.
Whose replay is this? Well, that's an incredible fucking question. And let me help you out. Artisan has sent in a lot of replays in the past. If you look at the fucking name right there, if you ever opened up a replay, you could figure out what camera we're looking at. You're welcome. You would first have to open the replay and look for any of that information.
Upgrade's been completed.
It's like the people who ask, like, oh, what, like, is this best of 5 on the WCS overlay that has it right between the damn names?
Upgrade's finished up. Vespine Gazers depleted.
Why are you even making Thors? Because the people gotta get paid, alright? We built 3 more factories, but fuck those factories when my dad's, I mean, this very important factory that's been in my district for many years, need trickle-down economics. It works. It works.
And I'm finished up. You think GG.
In case Tempest came out, was my thought. You would be so lucky. That was your thought. Your thought was, in case Tempest come out, I need Thors. That is a thought that you can have. Thank you for clarifying and giving us some insight. So you are platinum, and you don't know how, but you built more shit than your opponent. The problem is, I gotta give it a B. Minus. Because you probably should be gold. But if you actually play games, I mean, the difference between like diamond and gold is simply how much of a, like, how long it takes you to recover from being blackout drunk in the first 5 minutes. That's really what it is. Like, most players who have some idea of how to play take somewhere between 3 and 8 minutes to get their shit together and remember what they're supposed to be doing. And the quicker that happens and they start actually doing productive things, the quicker they win. Because as we've seen in the low APM challenge, more shit still counters less shit. It's just the convoluted process in which most people try to get that is, well, convoluted. That was a good word. Okay. Moving on. Next up is Just Call Me Jim, who is a Platinum Zerg. Wait. I think it's 9 left. I don't know. Shame! Shame! Shame. I mean, the Reaper showed up and we're supply blocked at 36, but of all the times, it's not the end of the world. It's not. That's Marauder. The fact we've gotten to 4 minutes without any big issues. Congratulations. Like, the fact you saw that one Marauder. This is the difference between someone who will be stuck in Platinum and someone who might move along and have issues in the later game. Your average Platinum Zerg, which what didn't happen here, sees that one Marauder with no wall and says, what if I built 24 Zerglings? But you didn't. You built more drones, a lair, Evo chamber, and a roach one. So, congratulations. Thus far, not bad. And yes, the 24 Zerglings might occasionally win. But why would you risk it like that? Winter, what if Sarah was controlling those 24 lings? Well, the game would already be over, for one. And two, I think Sarah would have already had 80 drones and a spire somehow, as well. besides the, like, well, you could be getting more upgrades. Fine. I like the unenthusiastic hand job composition. Roach Hydra. Okay. Like, this looks like you're playing. Tell me right now on average, I'm gonna guess, on average of games per week, very roughly, between 15 and 30? I'll say about 20. How, like, is that close? Yeah, like 20. I can tell, because you're not panicking. Like, you're still making the mistakes Platinum players make, but not nearly as many, because you don't spend your first 3, which is half the, like, if you only play 5 games a week, all you do every week is try to catch up to where you were last week. It's simply not enough to improve. This is obvious, like, a lot of the little stuff that isn't there. Like, all the little issues that, like, still Widowmine drops are doing damage, but whatever, if you build drones. Oh, okay, wait, that was a bit much. Like, they shouldn't be killing fucking 8 drones apiece, but it doesn't really matter, though. You know, Hydras have upgrades that they need to get to not suck. I would just queue up both of them. I don't know if you just did. Yeah, there you go. See? I just do that. Should I start playing ladder again? If you're relying on other people to tell you what to do, go play fucking League of Legends and complain about your team, you bitch. Alright. What's most important? Hydra range or speed? Usually I would say range. Because speed doesn't help on creep. Speed only helps off of creep. So usually you're defensive early on with Hydras and then you attack, but whatever floats your boat. It's not that big of a difference. Okay. Alright. What do you think I'm gonna say? You tell me right now, Mr. Jim / Prophet, what am I gonna say? I have a hard time getting units off my hotkey. Honestly, I think you gotta unbind F2. This is getting really bad. You're doing okay. I'm gonna go ahead, like, if you didn't do this as much, you would be, I don't use F2. And what's wrong? What's happening here? I struggle to not get units. I'll figure it out. You know what? Here you go. Steal this. Puns intended. Because notice how I do not have control groups. I have... Here you go. Congratulations, you got this far. Create and take away units. So what happens here? Let me give you a scenario. Say you box all these units, control 1. They're all on your army. But you want to split some units? You box a few units to go in your main, control 3. What that does is removes them from the first hotkey and puts them on another hotkey. Instead of having to do multiple actions to try to split them off, it automatically puts them on a new hotkey. Because there's almost no scenario that you want to have a unit on multiple hotkeys. In honest, I haven't found a scenario where that hurts me more than helps. So if you just, literally, it seems like a big step, right? But if you just rebind control groups to, instead of add the control group, simply be create and take away, that skips a step into the other units being in another control group. And that is that one of the few people who isn't leaning on F2 all day. That, I think, will directly help you. I've explained this many times. I don't like oh, winter, but you... The reason why it hasn't helped most of you is because you're just pressing F2 anyways. But sure. Okay. Like, he's actually not pressing F2. He's desperately trying to split units off hotkeys, but they're still on multiple hotkeys, and that's why his units keep coming back. You see here, this exact scenario right here, you could just be like, Control 1. It removes from one hotkey, goes to the next one. I mean, or Control 4, whatever you're using. Like, exactly that, but now you're kind of struggling.
Mineral field depleted.
Does that take them away from all groups they are in? Yes. What happens is, say you have 2 Hydras on a control group, say 4, and then you click on one Hydra, click on just a single Hydra, and you hit Control 3. Say you hotkey 2 Hydras to all of your control groups for some fucking reason. You click one Hydra, put Control 3, it is now on none of the other groups, and is only on 3. That's how that works. Did you see that? Did you see the drop again? But now you've split your units. The Vipers are the right call. Greater Spire would be the righter call. No, you did it again! Oh. Yeah. The struggle is real. Does that remove what was already on 3? Yes. It will remove whatever else is on 3 at that time to whatever you're selecting. You can use Shift to add, but Control in this scenario overrides. Checked Hydra speed on Wiki, and since a few years back, it also buffs movement speed on creep, but not nearly as significantly as off creep. Like, I'm not saying it literally does nothing, but it does very little compared to it. Unless I'm completely wrong. Am I dumb? Am I complete? Am I working off outdated information? Like, I didn't think it completely did nothing on Crave. Well, let me check. I'm gonna look up this information right now. Right. Fuck. 25% speed boost both on and off creep. Patch 3.8.0. Which was a long time ago. I still stick with range, by the way. Because the difference between a Hydra on and off creep is significant already, and the Hydra on creep is still plenty fast. But it definitely gives speed some more. Thank you for fact-checking me. That is true. Hydraless speed does benefit on creep pretty significant, 25%.
Mineral field depleted.
Didn't he just switch control and alt? Yeah, pretty much. I never really use the alt key. It's kind of awkward for me to use, so I just don't really like it. Yo, where are those Vipers? No. This is where things go wrong. What's the best case scenario here? The best case scenario is you've got Hydras and they're trading well. Like,
Complete.
Besides, I don't know. I like putting units on like 1 through 3 and hatcheries on 4, but that's kind of
Tina, why are you groaning? You're doing fine. Tina, relax. Easy. Okay. Tina, you're kind of headed toward the only other car in the lot. You have plenty of time to turn, Tina, so just go ahead. Turn one way or the other. You're just swerving back and forth. Turn one way and stick with it, Tina. Tina, for the love of God! Turn away or stop! The brakes, Tina, on the left! You're about to hit that car! The brakes! Hit the brakes! Oh my God, it's bad.
I ruined the car.
You did.
You think he's wondering what just happened? Run! Ah! Yeah, Blinding Cloud not gonna do much there.
Oh wow. is
Oh
that
wait, oh,
WinterStarcraft?
those are great Blinding Clouds. That's incredible Blinding Clouds. Those are really, really, really good Blinding Clouds. And then they weren't. Like, you still have energy! What?
Mutation complete. Mineral
Now that you have the steel keys, A-. Like, it could have been better, but you're obviously playing enough. It's a little clunky, but you'll be diamond pretty damn soon. Like, that was what it's supposed to look like with a few close enough, right? Not much more to say there. Next up is, what the fuck is this? Sasamaru. PVT. Love it when Terran hate their own race for some reason. I love that. Like, Terrans come in like, I have no idea how to win. And Protoss comes in like, Terrans have no idea how to win. Ah, the Diamond League story. From the Naked clan, which is, okay. "14 pylon, 16 probe, chrono boost, build a gate, scout with the probe, 17 assimilator, 2 more probes, 19 probe can go down the ramp. If he's already there, build a cyber core instead. Now 21 gas, 21 pylon, 22 if you won't forget, but you will forget, so stop fucking around. On the other side, does he have a gas? Yes, then you need maybe 2 build units. But if he has a Rex and just 1 gas, you're fine. Stop freaking out. Where's your second pylon? You need a pylon. You are platinum. Do you want to be diamond? Well, guess what? Fuck you. Build a second pylon. Where's your second pylon? You need a second pylon. Build a second pylon. So, Diamond League graduates to build your second pylon at a time that makes any sense, not just because you have 100 minerals. The second pylon does not go before your gas, or your expansion, or your cyber core, because that is a waste of fucking money. May have taken the song a little too much to heart. Well, yeah, like most trashy white girls, you can at least remember the chorus, congratulations. You didn't remember the actual verse. No, you know you're not truly a committed fireball drinking 19-year-old until you can rap the parts with words you maybe should or should not say at nearly full speed. And obviously, you're not there. Alright, so you killed his SCV, but...
Probes are under attack. It's a disaster.
What are you doing? What are you gonna do here? If you build a pylon, that's a strike. Don't you do it. Why? What is that gate for? Explain to me right the fuck now what that gate is for. I'm bad. Yeah. We know that. You want to be more specifical? It's like, well, I have the minerals. What was I supposed to spend those minerals on anyways, Winter? But the chorus said build a second pylon. I nailed that part. Okay. It's like, you know what's a real patriotic song for the troops? Born in the USA. Build a second pylon. All about sick pylon builds. The rest, fluff. Nobody cares. Literally the rest, unimportant. The entire rest of everything. Just ignore it. The part about a nexus, the part about the second gas, the part about the pylon timings, the part about what you're supposed to do with your fucking probe. Fuck it. Got that second pylon though. It's like how in PlanetSide that I ranted for so long and so many months about how useless it is to be fucking cosplaying Widowmaker and having an infiltrator on an air pad 300 meters away from doing anything besides jerking off your reload button, that for several months nobody played infiltrator in my outfit because they were afraid I was going to tell them they're fucking useless. The thing is, infiltrator has a lot of important uses, none of which involve shooting people. Like, for example, helping people see things on the minimap. And much like that exact scenario, I feel like you focused on the wrong things here. I did get the 21 pylon. Technically, it's 22 pylon. But once again, that's...
New subscriber detected.
And obviously, like... So here's what's gonna happen. If you just build a nexus right now, and you can't even pretend like you had some sort of plan. And we're not. But like, if you didn't build the nexus and you built like 2 stalkers, you're like, I'm doing a 1-base blink all in. That's like, no, you're fucking stupid, but sure, go ahead, parting. Aw, shit. Blink stalkers make miracles. But if you just build a nexus, it's just indicative of having, like, you can't make it to the 2.5 minute mark without already fucking up the build. That second gate, I like how like we're just kind of filling in, we're just filling things in here. That second gate was supposed to, I don't know, wall off Reapers. Yeah, don't go twice. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we supply blocked? Was that the fucking problem? Ah. Gotta make sure we have the... You know, a nexus is 2 more pylons. You built more gateways than units. I will admit to having no plan. Which, yeah, I mean, you're probably gonna win. Like, Protoss, even up through Diamond, is for players who just want to enjoy the game and watch Terran players complain. And I think we're gonna get there. Yeah, get those gases. You get those gas. You know what we need? Gas. That's what we're missing. And pylons. Also pylons.
Your research is complete.
You know, I could use one more. Could you guys? You guys? One more pylon? Can I get one more? Templar Archives. And can I get a Dark Shrine as well? A Robo. We're just gonna kind of get everything. Okay. Because everybody knows, like, if you get Storm, a Diamond Terran player, like, as soon as the Storm hits, it just, like, the neurons in the Terran's brain just get frazzled. They can't, like, immediately, they see the Storm, it's a trigger warning. They got PTSD, post-traumatic storm disorder, after all the games they've played. Like, they've been in the YouTube/Twitch chats every time a Terran plays in GSL, and they eat some major storms and then kind of still win anyways, but I mean, those storms just so high skill. Uh-huh.
Here in the shadows.
Research complete, but have we learned anything?
He's got a point. He's not even subbed. Okay. So, now, necessarily, like, people who aren't subbed, I was surprised. Jim, could you type so I can gift you a sub? Because you didn't play like someone who wasn't subbed. You actually played like someone, there you go. Alright, I'm giving him a sub. Because you don't fit the stereotype of people who send in angry coaches but are not subscribed to the stream, which costs significantly less, by the way. Like, usually the people who are subbed to the stream, like, I didn't try to learn anything, I just want my 15 minutes of fame. Or however many minutes the game takes too long. I've been really trying to improve, I just don't have the disposable income right now. That's, you're really messing up the stereotype. Better, says Setsumato?
Better.
2 months? Yeah, that sounds about right. Were you gifted the first month? Are you moving the goalpost, Winter? Well, yeah, of course. It's not like he's gonna score. Oh, I gifted you. Okay. How fucking generous of me. I'll do my best to avoid that in the future. That's like what's it's just... You don't know, like, I don't know exactly what would happen in that scenario. I assume it would dissolve. It would probably have a little... I don't know. I don't know why that was in my head, but... Okay. I like the... I don't know what to do about you.
I'm here.
Okay, so those Liberator... you only have 37 probes. We're not even going to comment on the SCV count. You've lost 14, which means in 9 minutes you've only built 51. That includes the 12 you started with, which just simply isn't enough, obviously, so... Are there any upgrades at all? Well, that's a fucking strike, you incompetent buffoon. I mean, your army doesn't rely that much on upgrades, but he's getting 3-2 right now. I have Storm, XD, classic Protoss. Well said.
Enemy.
Like, Diamond Terran players are... They started from the bottom. They worked super hard. They had to deal with a lot of shit. They got bullied in the gold and platinum leagues. They saw people who other Terrans just had a tough time. They know they're going to have to work real hard to get to Masters. Or at least they think so. But they finally were able to get there. They put themselves through school and graduated to Masters. Whereas Protoss players, well, thankfully their dad had plenty of minerals and got him, and he had a lot of connections with the Twilight Council, so they just kind of got in.
Attacking the probes. How could your pylons be army under attack by the enemy? They're not immortals.
Small loan of 1 million minerals, and anything can happen.
Well, your pylon is under siege. Base is under attack. Do you recall?
Let our enemy
New subscriber detected.
Ah! I'm hyperventilating. Despite everything that's happened this game. Just 80. You shouldn't even be.
They're attacking your base. Give them some trouble.
This is what we were banking all the minerals up
Base
for.
is under attack.
So your play was recalled the Stalkers.
Your base is crumbling under.
So this is when Mr. 254 APM, 215 average against 80 APM Protoss. This is approximately equivalent with what they would self-describe their IQs. A storm's coming, Mr. Terran.
Your enemy. Attack.
Finally, you ran out of bases, you lost all your bases, but here comes Daddy with a couple storms. Says, alright son, we'll give you another chance. Of course, he is so perfectly Diamond Terran. 200 something, he has more APM than when I play Terran. Okay? 200 something APM. Microing around the map, way better macro besides not getting combat shield.
Hey Dad, gold player checking in. I'm just Terran and
Besides
Zerg
that,
I haven't worked on TOS yet. I've become addicted to F2, but that last game showed me how to work on that. Your pick.
Mineral field depleted.
do some observer push-ups.
Your warriors are under attack. You're all lined out of that.
You are why people hate Protoss. Okay? You are why Terran players who've probably spent more time watching Big Gabe and practicing their build order against the AI than you have, playing the game itself. You are why people hate Protoss. Protoss gets the most hate of any race by a pretty large margin, though Zerg has been a strong second. Only high-level players hate Terran, and Terran players fight so hard to pretend that isn't the case. Well, that was some sick War Prism micro, countered by incredibly sick Medevac micro. I assume there's comments at the I hate Terran. I believe him. I believe him. I rate that statement true. Whereas you deserve nothing. I hated everything about this game. I did not. Well, like, I can't even give you shame. Like, that's not shame, though, is the problem. Like, it's not shame. It's like, you're living your best life. It's not good, but sure, whatever. Water under the bridge during a massive storm. It is a C. That is a, you made it to Diamond, you're gonna be there forever. But C for chillin'. You are gonna be in Diamond for the rest of your StarCraft career. At least for the foreseeable future. But at least your priorities are in the right and the fucking annoying places. Like, that's the classic. I mean, we've all been there. Not just... Whoa, but I thought this meme was great at the time. It's only gotten better since then. One of my favorite personal memes. I'm taking credit because I made it. Where did it go? Where's my memes? Jimmy! I have a folder. I have binders full of memes. Where did it go? Not this one, not this one. I found this one, but this isn't the one. Too many memes. I can't believe I can't find it.
Now I have your attention.
Make
What the
love,
fuck?
not Warcraft.
I mean, I also have this. But that was just from March. That was just from Maru. Last year. That's a bit of an outdated meme, to be honest. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. I got it. Let's be honest here. Uh-oh. We gotta look through. We got Phoenix. One step ahead. He had nothing with this. Also, the disappointments left is inaccurate, but I'm not gonna count. Okay. What do we got? We have a Platinum Terran. Let's take a look at his whole profile here. Season race statistics. Oh, I win all my games. 5-1 TVT. What a player. Or he just didn't upload that many games. Whatever. So we'll do PVT. Here's a 20-minute Protoss versus Terran where he loses. Have you guys heard of Storm? Help. Somehow I make gold Terran. I have no idea how. Have you tried breathing? I don't play a lot. Long pause. Oh, I used to play in Wings Liberty when I was in college/high school, but then I kind of got busy and my friends played other games, and then they said this game was dead, and then I found some Bronze League Heroes videos when I was looking to see if Husky fucking died, and I found you, Winter, and now we're here. So we'll see.
SCV ready.
Thank you, Issa Zura.
Build spotty. Again.
Thank you, Angel of Death,
Follower.
for 33 months.
Is that all?
CC upgraded. At what cost?
What if you could have a factory as your add-on to the barracks? That's the...
Your add-on is
Here we have another player who is just like, I see a lot, because you've been watching, because everybody naturally watches more TVZ. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, if you had to say, what is the most exciting matchup? TVZ, right? It's like what you'd put in the trailer and on the box. So, people naturally seem to watch it more, and statistically, I can say this bears out. But, just because you're only watching, like, Hellions don't work against Protoss unless you maybe can micro. Let's be honest with each other, okay?
your C.
Like, Hellions do not, they are not, no. No. Let me be clear. I was trying mech for the first time. That doesn't mean you just go Hellions. I still, even if you're trying mech, alright, okay, you still need to make Marines. In fact, as TY has shown, and just generally, like, making about a dozen Marines or so is usually your best bet, because you can't rely on Hellions to be your buffer in the early game. Like, Marines, they're kind of there to die. You should focus on at least having some of them. Because it's not, you might, well, okay, Winter, but it's not like you don't have the money. Just build them, okay? And also what we're going to try to do is have all of your production on a hotkey, as opposed to just the factory. Mech doesn't mean, unlike Gungati over there with his jambalaya of bullshit, mech doesn't mean just mech, and bio doesn't mean just bio. The like timing and the numbers matter. And I'm hungry. I want some jambalaya, but not of that. I could go for that right now. Like, you can't just, okay, you guys want to see a trick? You guys want to see a pro gamer trick? Okay, Liberator. Where'd it go? I lost it. Wait, it's not here anymore. Go back. Go back. It wasn't here. I saw it. Where did the observer go? Anyways, how am I fucking this up? Oh, he doesn't even have an object. Because the robo wasn't done. I definitely thought it was a perfect opportunity. Okay, so observer comes into your base. You might be like, how do I know? I mean, besides being obvious. Oh my, what? Does it just sit there? So, if the observer is not moving, it's pretty hard to spot. But if you use the scroll wheel to zoom in, it makes it look like it's moving. Of course, it's kind of just moving right there. And killing observer should not be your top priority. It was just super up. I'm looking at getting the member pass on PS2. Someone said if I get a bundle, I get member pass plus unlocks. Do you have any recommendations, please? I don't know if that's true, and also, what the fuck? I mean, do some research instead of asking me and hoping I have information.
Construct additional depots.
Maybe read. I don't think you can get membership with a bundle, though it does put a discount on the bundles. Like, if you get membership and then you get a bundle, the discount is cheaper, but now you're paying for membership, so there's that.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Erebus,
Now I
and
have
either.
your
Supply depots
attention.
aren't
And also, what the fuck?
short. Supply.
Okay, okay. So you have 900 minerals. Also, you're not Cure. You got 7 kills, and I'm pretty sure most of those were the Liberator. Wait, how does this Liberator... Is this a second Liberator? I don't fucking know. Don't go Hellions. Stop going Hellions. You can go Hellions, but not like your strat shouldn't be Hellions. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Anything that involves you microing should probably stop. Liberators don't... They're not really a micro unit, so that's fine. I'm fine with the Liberators. No, no, no. No. Don't come back to Bio. Bio is worse. I'm okay with the mech. What I'm saying is build a dozen Marines, a couple tanks, and then you can start building some Hellions with your 3 factories. Okay? Like Liberator, a dozen Marines, a couple tanks, and then go about your mech. Are Cyclones okay? Cyclone Cylons? Those sound dangerous. No, no, don't build those. Maybe one. But then those take micro as well, so stop doing that.
You're add-on. You must construct. SCV's under attack. You must
How did that even happen?
a mineral.
What about Goliath? A lot of mech balance issues would be solved if they replaced Thors with Goliaths. But that ship has sailed. I've talked about that. Like Goliaths. Fun fact: when I was in early elementary school, I actually had to go to speech class for a bit because I had a speech impediment. And then they're like, you'll be fine. It's like talking THs and shit. Like, so Goliaths, that. Or Thors. Huh. Goliath. Thor. Unrelated.
Builds
What was I saying? Oh, I was struggling through the work. But Goliaths, I would love... They would make a lot more sense and be a much more... Like, I would much rather Goliaths were added to the game than we keep messing around with Thors and Widowmines. But it's way too late. That ship has sailed a long time ago.
more command center upgrade. You took
Why is it so expensive to use my highlights here? Because people spend them... Like, you're lucky I read it, but thank you for the highlight message. Because people say stupid shit like that.
the mineral. A mineral field has supply depots are in.
So the armories are for upgrades, not just for Hellbats, but overall, you built a lot of shit. I will give you that. Hey man, if you could give 3 tips to someone that literally just installed the game and wanted to learn how to play. 1, help yourself. 2, look up information. 3, don't expect to be spoon-fed bullshit in one of the hardest games out there. Good luck.
You're on. Mineral patches. Upgrade is all done. Mineral field depleted.
We're returning fire.
Mind out of that cluster. And still in the game? Nice. You're all maxed out. It's a WCS level miracle. No more gas up there.
So, like, any tanks, and also have your arm. You're allowed to build more factories as well.
Research complete. We're all mined out. Your SCVs.
Liberators are very good.
Your upgrade. Your base is under assault.
Like, you can't have half your army get curb stomped by immortals and then bring the other half in to also surprise get curb stomped by immortals and be like, I don't know. And when I say go Thors, like, immortals are the only unit that deals with Thors cost effectively of any unit in the game.
Your precious.
I don't think anything counters them harder than immortals.
It took dozens of APM to build.
That's actually true. There is no unit pound for pound, cost for cost that does better against Thors than immortals. Infestors, I mean, if you want to get technical, like, Infestors can just make the Thors on their team, so that's good, but stop it. My dude needs BCs, transition out of Thor.
Dude, you literally don't know what you're talking about, guy in the chat.
Mind out of that cluster. CC upgrade done. You remember this time? Don't worry. It's not about winning or losing. It's about complaining on the internet.
What was that, gold? Oh, plat. Okay. It's a B. Honestly, not a bad effort. Obviously, some details are missing. A whole lot of details. But I see if you play, and remember, the hope score is about if you play an average or medium amount of games, which 5 per league. So 5 for bronze, 10 for silver, 15 gold, 20 plat, 25 diamond, and so on. If you play 20 games a week, which I doubt you do, but I think you'll be diamond in a month or two. If you play less, obviously, it's less sure about that. But it was fine. It wasn't great, but it was fine. It was all right. Maybe sprinkle in a few more Marines. Immortals are like sodium to Thor's water. Wait. Is sodium and water, right? That something. Under GM, don't try mech against Protoss. Under GM, don't listen to Twitch chat ever. Go ahead, play your mech. It was good. Just a few more tanks, a few less Thors. I gotta. It wasn't bad. That was the most appropriate game. Good luck out there. We have Soldier, who is a Platinum Terran. Can you guys guess what I'm gonna say? No? How about now? You wanna take
Donation
a wild fucking
confirmed.
guess?
All the cliches come together. Unsubscribe. Diaz Zerg struggling versus Immortal Allen.
Build a second pylon? I said he was Terran, you fucks. Jesus Christ. I like, so every comment. There's a timer. There's a timer that I was showing. That's 6 minutes and 40 seconds. He's gonna be supply blocked at like 96 out of 90. No, not 96. That's gonna be 62 out of 62 for quite a fucking while. We didn't build a second depot. Tried the safe build and was overrun by banelings. The safe build is second depot before orbital. Huh. You know what? None of this is a big deal. Let's see, boys. No, that's not where the bunker goes. Why are you getting a cyclone? Why are you getting a cyclone? What is the safe build? Okay, wait. First, tell me what the safe build is. Go ahead. Just I would love to know what the safe build is first, and then we can move on. Go ahead. Like, who's safe build? Who said this was a safe build? What reference? I'd like to know. I don't recognize. The beginner's build on YouTube. Alright, let's look up the beginner's build on YouTube. Alright, let's do that. Because there's a very good chance my beginner build does make a cyclone. Alright?
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Winter. Today,
Shut up.
we're gonna learn how to play Terran.
Shut
It's 2020.
up.
There's been changes to Starcraft 2. It's still going strong, but
Is it?
it's been a few years.
You
or
stupid
it's-
idiot.
And I should have had the... This guy. He doesn't stop talking. Like he does. Barracks Orbital.
Barracks orbital,
But as
okay.
I'm
Yep, there's
building
a
this next
cyclone. So
team.
far, so good.
The
Okay.
taxi is what I'm
2
using.
more racks.
And I'm
Fun fact, top 10 reasons to like and subscribe. Wow.
But fun fact, Stim got buffed. Stim got buffed. Stim now researches way fast.
Okay, so
gonna
it's 6
drop
minutes.
somebody.
We're at
Don't
78 supply with 2 engineering bays and a 3rd command center. That's where I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I do say you can just copy paste this build, even though I'm sure I said something about how TVZ might be different. But whatever. Okay, that's a 1 additional barracks. That's an armory. Okay, there's another Rex. There's another Viking. There's 1 tank. We're building turrets, which is also interesting. Alright. Like, you know what? Even though, like, obviously it's not perfect. This is pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close. Like, it's within an acceptable range. I'll give him that. Okay. It's recognizable. There is no scouting. Who cares? I don't care about that. He needs to scout his own fucking supply block. Okay, that's scouting. That's not where you, like, let's think, okay, you could wall off here, or you could just fucking wall here. You're listening to Chinese announcers. The Chinese pretty well known for their walls. But, what is this? What is this? You, like, in every, like right here. And you say, like, the real issue is banelings. I would say putting your wall in the right spot is pretty important for dealing with baneling. Also, okay, fine, the turrets. But it feels like we've gone off the rails here. Because you said at some point I get overrun by banelings. Okay, like the 2-2 is incredible. No, stop this. Stop this. No. 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 I'd like to be clear. Like, I don't think you understand me when I say no. Okay? Just let's I want to just one more time. No. No. No.
You have to be kidding me. That
No.
can't be
No.
this bad.
No. No.
Fuck this game, man. Who does that?
No. 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 Otherwise, almost like most other things, this is a... It's not an unacceptable... Like, your production, your upgrades, just general infrastructure, SCV count, it's okay. Like, it's not good, but it's okay. But okay. You didn't get +2 armor, by the way. Of all the things to get, I would say upgrades are a little more important than walling off your 5th or 4th base. By a massive margin. Okay, that wasn't great, but like... His upgrades are also shit. I don't know why you're building a Raven. Okay. You know what we really need? We need to get that wall back up. Honestly, something's wrong, but we're building Hellions now, which are one of the top 5 units you could have built out of those factories. He now has 2-2. You have 2-1. Not having armor upgrades is not incredible. So here's the fucking thing. If I didn't see his money... Now, here's the thing. If you had gotten upgrades, motherfucker, you goddamn bitch. If you had gotten upgrades, and, like, if you were at the 3-2 upgrades, you could have easily been right now. Or 3-3 even, if you hadn't just forgotten your armor. You would be winning, and as it stands, this game, you're still perfectly in the game. Like, why the fuck are you leaving, you bitch? Macro is I don't know, I don't understand that statement. The counter to banelings would be making your units less shitty, and also not being a total bitch. But he is a Terran player, so that does not come easily. Especially a Bio-Terran player. Do we need to... wait. Maybe try mech. So the answer is... You don't need a bunch of turrets for no reason. One in your mineral line is enough. This ain't Brood War. You don't need to build them behind your mineral line. That doesn't protect anything. Also, get upgrades. Don't wall off bases before building units. But otherwise, most of my advice does boil down to don't be a fucking bitch. I don't think you understand until we see mostly Protoss, but sometimes Zerg players play, the strength of not being a fucking bitch. Only Terran players seem to suffer from this so regularly. Now, the Zerg player, honestly, I don't really think he was toying with them. It may be a little, but overall, not so much. Like, not to the extent that having 3/3 upgrades and consistently building units would not have solved. He could have maxed out twice with that bank. Wow. You are quite a mathematician. But, like many Platinum Zerg players, he simply didn't. Did Winter just say Protoss are not bitches? Protoss are not bitches. Okay, they're too dumb to be bitches, usually. But most of them are accepting of that, so we'll give them that. So this is shame, for one. Shame on you. As for overall, it's a B-. Like, you kind of had the right idea. There are some mental blocks. The macro wasn't terrible. Don't be a bitch. And also stop building 50 depots for no reason. Mines would have helped. He built mines. He built mines, and they did very well. And then he just stopped building things because he's a bitch. But thank you. He started building Hellions for some reason.
Now I have your attention.
Thank you, Laquira, for the sub. And now we got Kybrit. Kybrit has been, like I said, there's a reason Kybrit has a different price. Because usually he has more disposable income than interest in getting better at Starcraft. But recently, Kybrit is now a platinum? Are you platinum? No, gold Terran. We've seen it before. But apparently, I don't know if he sent a message with this one. This one just says, I mean, he's been trying to get better. Like, actively. So first, we're going to try building our fucking first depot on time. No, the depot, you rally your first SCV, not your second SCV. It's almost literally the first thing you do. In fact, besides build that first SCV, it's the second thing you do in the entire fucking game. Is 1, you build an SCV. And then 2, you rally it to go build it at your wall. But we've already fucked that one up. What are you looking for? Where are you going? Why is your camera there? What? Let us take some time to contemplate how much whatever the fuck happened here has fucked him up. Alright, let's slow it down to normal speed, to the game speed. Yep. LCV comes in the base. Alright. And okay, don't okay, I'm gonna no.
You don't have building permission for that.
Yeah. Hit the brakes! The brakes! Tina! The brakes! No, that's not where your expansion goes.
You've built a fancier command center. The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build it. SCV ready. Go, go, go! That command center upgrade you ordered. Was your base burning to the ground part of the plan? Add-on is done. Doesn't that look fancy? Add-on complete. SCV ready. You want to SCV ready. SCV ready. Gangway coming. SCV ready. SCV ready. Ready to plunder. SCV. Your research is done. Additional supply depots required. Research is done. SCV ready.
It's like watching I don't know, like what's a good example? What's a well-known comedian that took on a dramatic role? I'm blanking on this, but like when you see, here's a great one. You know Jim from The Office? Suddenly he's Jack Ryan, super sexy, badass motherfucker who just is a CIA. Yeah, Jim from The Office. No, he ain't. That's Jim from The Office and has an assault rifle. He needs to go back to the goddamn office. And I don't. Kybrit is good in The Office, okay? But it's gonna take a long time before I believe that motherfucker is Jack Ryan. Alright? When I read Jack Ryan books, which are, by the way, when Tom Clancy, rest in peace, was cashing out, and he's like, well, we're going to let other people write the books, but I do want a portion of the checks, and they are not nearly as good in most cases than the books he actually fucking wrote. That's what, I mean, the show also feels like that, to be honest. But the summary is, in neither the books nor the show should it be Jim from The Office. Maybe give him some time. We're getting there, but I just need to speak on that.
Ready to plunder.
You know what's very important when we're going for bio? Is to micro my 2 Viking hit squad around the map when I have 40 Marines of minerals and I'm coincidentally down just under 40 supply. That's what a good priority is. Were you a fan of Rainbow Six? The actual Rainbow Six was one of the best books I've ever read. And then they just kept going. And then Tom Clancy's like, you know how many spin-offs we can make off this shit? So many. I mean, you can't blame them, right?
When this was all minerals. Now look at it. You want more? So build more depots.
And now we're going.
Your units are augmented.
Like, I can't tell. Like, it looked like for a few minutes. Red Storm Rising. Well, yes, Red Storm Rising is also incredibly good and scary realistic. What was the one? I think it was Locked and Loaded, where it pretty much predicted Afghanistan. But anyways, not the point. This is about Jim from The Office and Kybrit pretending for a second he was gonna play bio. For a split second. And now we're going battle cruiser. Like it looked like you were trying.
You forgot to build the depots.
But now we're here. Like what is that tank protect? I don't know. It's you know why it's called the natural? By the way, you know why it's called your natural base? Because it's the base you naturally take. People weren't that original. It's not that complicated. This is not your natural.
Follower.
This, by no definition, can be called your natural. This is just the expansion. You do not have a natural.
Out of
Thank you, Jay.
You want more stuff?
SCV ready.
How the fuck do you have time to read all these books? Well, I don't read them all at the same fucking time. Also, I have a Kindle, which is pretty great. Makes it a lot easier.
SCV ready.
You've built a fancier command.
SCV ready.
Also, I haven't read Tom Clancy in a while. I got through my edgy teenager, like... I like my sci-fi. The three-body problem, the fucking Winter World, which was essentially the same thing, but better for people like me because I'm dumb. Like, all that shit. Spoilers, by the way. Like,
Upgrade's done. That command center upgrade you ordered is here.
SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready.
Those explosions you hear, that's your upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
so what are we doing? What is this build?
Base is under attack.
I don't even know what's going on. You've read the three-body problem. I was just saying the whole trilogy. Otherwise, the spoiler joke didn't even make sense. Not even a joke. It's just actually a spoiler. It's a yeah, okay, whatever. Welcome to the giving up on fucking life era here. As Kybrit is doing some bipolar Terran bullshit.
I remember when this. I don't want to alarm anyone, but
Meanwhile,
your units are augmented.
so Thor's counter liberators.
Upgrade's done. You just upgraded your units.
He moved command as Thor, but that's fine.
Mineral. Let's be guys, Rick. Mineral field deployed.
Vibes bronze to Grandmaster build. Did Vibes build is like build a fuck ton of Thors? Vibe, genius of our time. Not to take credit away, but like I thank everyone for a long while.
You just upgraded your units. I think you do.
How many times have I said just build a Thor? Oh, Thor Hellbat. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, yeah, go watch Vibe, Kybrit. And every time you learn something from him, give me 5 subs. Is he still awake? I think he passed out. But so that was not bio, nor was it mech. It was just bad. Like even in gold, it's very hard to like do below a C, but that's like a C minus. That's like a silver league. Well, I tried Marines for 12 minutes, but it didn't work out, so I'm just gonna build liberators out of 1 starport. All right, good luck with that shit. Shame. Shame. The most exciting part of that game was talking about sci-fi books. And Tom Clancy. Only redeeming quality. Don't worry, we're not done with Kybrit. He spent... That was just a normal 15 bucks there, or 20 or whatever. He spent 200 on the next replay coming up eventually. It's not next. I'm excited to see what's worth 200 bucks on that. Meanwhile, Shepard is a platinum Zerg. Shepard, how you doing? Let me tell you who's next. It's been a while. Penguin after that, and then Kybrit, and then not Pepper yet, and then Atomic Apples, and then Delta Brain. So there are technically 5 left, but I'm not going to correct it. I am new, but don't hold back. I'm a Bronze League hero through and through. Oh my god. We have a... I felt like he spelled it wrong. Like... But that's the correct way to say through and through it. Oh, my expectations for this game were just lowered significantly. Alright. What sci-fi books do you recommend? The Expanse series, of course. Three Body Problem. The Bobaverse. Yes. Look it up. It's worth it. Forever War, Old Man's War. Different. Similar, but different. Move your fucking Overlord. A Winter World Trilogy. Ender's Game. Hyperion Cantos is like the Lord of the Rings of future fantasy. That's not really sci-fi, but it pretends to be. What is your Overlord fucking sitting there? Like what? You only have like. You're up against Zerg. You just said your goddamn... That Overlord had too many cannabis cookies. Are you sure it wasn't whoever built the Overlord who had too many cannabis cookies? You're not going to convince me otherwise at this stage. Because one of the most important parts of ZVZ, and not just dying to Zerglings, is understanding that you can put your Overlords, and they can't kill them, because they're only anti-air's queens, which aren't really the most nimble creatures off a creep. But you're sitting here, your Overlord isn't even going to the right fucking base, it's not hard to figure out where it is, and your second Overlord is over there enjoying his cannabis cookies. Have you heard of rally points? Legitimate question. What the fuck is going on? What is happening? Why are you building a spine? What the fuck is this? How did you get to plat? Well, now this is one of those, like, I built a bunch of Zerglings, and I won a couple games of my placement matches, and it put me in plat. Epic fantasy greater than sci-fi, it's a simple fact. There's a reason you're fucking platinum. Not because you're right or wrong, but because you're someone who would make a statement like that on the internet.
Evolution complete. A new quick.
If only there was some magical way, okay, that you could have figured out whether or not he had a fuck ton of Zerglings. So, you literally, like, one action. If this Overlord had gone here instead of here, not to mention the second Overlord going here, then you would have had the hope. And now this is assuming you ever looked at the minimap, which is asking a lot. Literally, all you had to do was put your Overlord in the right fucking spot. That's it. That was your whole job. And since you didn't, this game doesn't just end, does it? Of course it doesn't. There's 19 more minutes. But it should. It should. Because you deserve to lose, and you should lose. Because if you don't put your Overlord, like, you might be like, well, I made one mistake. Do I deserve to lose? Yes. Yes, you do. You either, like, based on whether or not you see 30 Zerglings coming towards your fucking base. Yes, I forgot. Yes, that's obviously a strike. The fact that you don't apparently lose the game here is mind-blowing. Because this donkey over here is building 20 more lings. Like, that's the strat. Let me tell you right now, if you're the red donkey on the other side, what you do is build 10 drones, you understand you're way ahead, and this little bitch over here who doesn't know where to put his Overlords is stuck on 2 bases, and you have all the map control you'd ever want. But, of course, this is platinum, so, well, the Zerglings worked once, so I'm going to keep building them for the next half an hour. Do you know I love you? Play now, Bannerlord, LOL. Not surprised about that one. He first joined the stream because of PlanetSide. So, what I would like to say is, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. To Shepard, I would like to say, don't. I never want to see that again. Like, just click individual fucking drones if you need to.
You're engaging the opponent.
This is a fucking disaster. This is a total, like we're gonna get Roach Hydra. There's a non-zero chance you win the game. But, this is all, so far, we're looking at, like, you happen to win enough placement matches to get platinum, not, I've played 400 games and this is my build. Which one's more accurate?
Unacceptable command.
New subscriber detected.
They're attacking.
You're running out of minerals back home.
I was scared? Yeah, I believe you.
Subscriber detected.
can't be alone here. I can't be the only one who feels like I'm going nowhere. Just wishing somehow this dream will carry me, and I'll swear just one last time. They say the world is yours, so I'ma make it mine. 'Cause nothing is stopping you. You can set the world on fire. Nothing is stopping you. And if I go out, I'll go out screaming.
Hey, your base
Our
is
drones are under attack.
that field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
New subscriber detected.
Mutation complete.
I already have. I'm voting for Giant Meteor 2020. My son's a Starcraft player. I mean, it can't get worse.
You're taking damage. Hey, your base is under attack, man.
We're running out of minerals back home.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend.
Evolution complete.
We're running out of minerals.
Evolution.
I've been struggling. Because the problem is, I can see. It was so incredibly obvious. Sometimes I ask rhetorical questions, sometimes I legitimately want to know. But it was incredibly obvious, the thought process. Throughout much of this. Like, you can see why these things are happening. You understand why. It doesn't mean that they're correct, but it's so right there. Well, it just, like, if you're in a position where you're like, Winter, but I can't get out of my base because my own queen is blocking me. So I need to remove the queen and then replace it with another queen with less energy. Like, I would consult rehab before me, honestly.
Mutation complete. So, mineral field depleted.
Like, of course he's gonna win. Like, of course he made lurkers. And his opponent made... Oh my, well... Speaking of those lurkers... What a game. What a game. That's what I have to say. What a game.
Vespian Geyser exhausted. Mineral field depleted.
I want you to look your son in the eye next time you see him and say, remember, son, you don't have to grow up like me. In fact, it's probably better that you don't. But I love you. So this is why I'm telling you this. D+. For placement matches should have put you in gold or silver, but you're here now, and let's make the most of it. Upgrades are good. That's the takeaway. The takeaway is upgrades are good. Is it? Is that the takeaway? In almost, like, in most of these games, that would be the takeaway. That would be accurate. But you chose the only game that it wasn't. What does procreate mean? If you have to ask, don't worry about it. Mr. Penguin. Oh, it's Time Bones. Time Bones. Old Time Bones over there. That's a drink. If you know the GSL, drink it from the. Penguin. Penguin says, hi there, long-time YouTube lurker, first-time Twitch subscriber. I'm a bad plat / diamond Protoss. Please yell at me. And he talks like that for some reason. I don't know why.
We need more Artosis pylons.
Sorry, doorbell. Penguin, who was at the door? Sometimes I wonder if Winter has a sick hangover each morning, every day. Like, are you dumb? Obviously, I don't have a hangover in the morning. Because I don't wake up till the evening. Come on, do some math. Does the red X stay there? Sometimes. Package being delivered. Oh, do you have Amazon Prime? Did you guys know? Fun. Oh, Jimmy says it's time for a quick ad. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm Winter, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can connect it with Twitch with just 3 clicks on your smart refrigerator. With Amazon Prime, you can subscribe every month to a streamer of your choice for free, and they get more money. So, and also check out all the other cool shit with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thank you guys for sticking around. To my girlfriend's delivery. Does she have Amazon Prime? Her parents do? Fine. Nobody in my country uses Amazon because their shipping takes weeks. Amazon's Botswana service is just really lacking nowadays, I gotta say.
Finished learning.
I can't tell if you're trying to do a charge lot all in or trying to work up to justifying doing a charge lot all in. We're getting there.
Research complete.
Okay, if you're gonna go for the Templar Archives in the Forge, maybe just go for the Templar Archives in the Forge. Don't be like, well, I guess it's time to add on that Templar Archives and Forge. No! It's obvious you didn't have a fucking plan. And now you're just remembering these things. The problem is, well, I like, this isn't even a reaction. The Observer hasn't even scouted anything. This is like, oh shit, remember Templar Archives? I mean, who doesn't? You have charge, and you got no zealots. This is like buying a warranty for the pressure washer that at some point, like, you got a 2-year warranty on that pressure washer. It's been 14 months, and you haven't taken it out of the box. But you're gonna soon, all right? For sure, 100%. Like, you're gonna take it out. You're gonna clean. You're gonna pressure wash all the shit. But like, not today. Okay. Sure. Sure. Okay, so the key to a warp prism doing damage is that anything else is happening. You can't just warp in a bunch of zealots under an overlord while nothing else is going on in Diamond. You think old Time Bones is gonna let you do that? Also, like, what is the best case scenario? Even if there wasn't an overlord, what is stopping him from just bringing whatever random ass units he built? Like, there's no scenario where this is like a top tier strategy. This is I built a warp prism because I want to socially distance and I fear actually moving out with an army. I'm excited for when you remember you built a Templar Archives. No. Here's the strat. Here's the strat. Okay. I ran all the charge lots in. And then, after they die... Okay. Then, I'm gonna go back to the same spot. Under the same overlord. I'm gonna warp in the charge lots again.
Attacking our base.
What'll be a good timing for the Templar Archives? I don't know, when you have 200 gas after building a Twilight Council? Not when you have 400 gas? Would be a good one? Okay, like, build fucking units. Build fucking units. Why don't you try, instead of not building units, like, what is the Templar Archives aesthetic? It's like, oh, the Templar Archives really ties this terrible build together. Like, it's for looking only. We don't use the Templar archives. Okay? God. That's what the RoboBay is for. But Mom, we don't have a RoboBay. Shut up! Billy! Shut up. Your grandpa didn't fight in the Brood War, so that way you could sit here and complain we aren't building any Archons. I don't care how much they charged for that. It's decorative.
Mineral field depleted.
The moment, like, this is quite literal. I said this too many times over the years, and also during the low APM challenge. Literally, you can define a Protoss, because we all know Protoss is for players who want to play Starcraft but don't want to try. So, the League of a Protoss is defined by how long they could have made Archons but didn't. Like a gold player could have made Archons 5 minutes ago, and then they made Archons, and that's when they start winning. A platinum player, it's like 4 minutes ago. A diamond is 3, and a masters is somewhere between 0 and 2. So, like, not only did you have the gas, 1,400 gas, what are you going to flood the market and depress the prices and create a whole competition all throughout the Caprulu sector where it's like, how much Vespene gas going for nowadays? You're going to subsidize the fucking Archon market? No. You could have built, it's not just that you had the gas, but you also have a Templar archives. If you learned how to read and you looked into those archives, you would have found that many games are entirely dependent on building the fucking Archons, but you just didn't. You just didn't build the fucking Archons. Sorry, I was trying to get my third up. You know what would be pretty fucking helpful for getting your third up is like 6 Archons. Believe it or not. If that's the real struggle is getting it up over here, which I'm not surprised is the issue, maybe having a few Archons wouldn't have hurt. Oh, but Winter, how am I gonna warp in a bunch of useless fucking zealots in his main if I'm building Archons? Pretty easily, because Archons don't even cost as many minerals as a goddamn zealot. Well, technically an Archon costs as many minerals as 1 zealot. And now, like, I bet this game is 13 minutes long. I'm wrong. But the Archons are going to win it eventually. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Because at some point, there's going to be enough Archons, assuming he doesn't go Lurker, because that's a whole other mental breakdown waiting to happen. No, stop building sentries like you're party. If you're partying, then I'm LeBron James. Okay? You to winning like partying is me to dunking on people in basketball like LeBron James. Weird analogy, though accurate.
Complete.
Oh, I guess you just fucking wrecked his entire army almost single-handedly, or however many hands Archon have. You just walked up and murdered him. But only after actually building fucking Archon. Literally, the League of a Protoss player is defined by how long it takes them to build Archon. I'm especially in PvZ. Wow. That was a highly skilled play. This guy's over here with 190 APM building Zerg units. You're over here with 71 IQ building Protoss units, and guess who's gonna win?
The minerals. Your forces are under attack.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he attacked more than one place at a time. Oh, that was tough. That was a real tough situation. But now we go win the game. Alright. You walk up and just, like, kind of fucking win. Oh. I don't know why there are a bunch of DTs. Anyways, there you go. Yep. So just build fucking Archons. Like, if you had built Archons 3 minutes earlier, you would have wasted about 7 less minutes of our time. Are Archons that good? No, they're better. Was the Zerg just not aggressive enough? No, he didn't pick the good race. Also, he was banking several thousand minerals the entire game. That was part of it. Part of it for Zerg was, like, just not building anything, because that's a classic move. But when is a good time to go out for a third versus Zerg? Before 6 minutes, between, like, 5 and 6 minutes. Or, alternatively, after you build your first Archon. You know what? 6 minutes, but if only if you build your Archon in 6 minutes. Don't talk to me about third bases. Jesus Christ. That is a C-. You took way too long to build Archons. Go back to Platinum. Like, did you notice him kill all his Warpins? What? I don't care.
Oh, a follower. Is that all?
Hi.
Damn, I'm gonna start playing StarCraft now. LOL. If you could summarize my entire chat in one comment. You know what? I think that one's a light shame. That's a light shame. It's still shame, but light shame. Was that diamond? Yeah. Like, below diamond, there are some players who are like, well, if I just build a bunch of Colossi like we're on the box in Wings of Liberty, and then if those don't work, I switch to Void Rays. Yeah, those are the players who don't make it to diamond.
Has to pass a series of rigorous tests to answer one simple question.
We've got Kybrit's $200. How was that diamond? Okay, so what happens is there are leagues. You might not know this. It starts with bronze, then there's silver, then there's gold, then there's platinum, which is where the minimum Protoss player starts, and then there's diamond. And then after that is masters, and then grandmaster. So, and that's for Terrans, but they won't tell you that. So here's a $200 replay from Kybrit, who's been passed out, I assume, for many minutes, but he knows how to at least watch a VOD. Let's just look at the graph here.
Oh, good.
Now
I have your attention.
Love you, Raider.
What I'm assuming is he tries and fails to go bio again. Last time he did the bipolar bio build. I assume the same thing happens here. We will see. Thank you, not Steve. Watch more than I play, but why do people not use carriers? Were they removed, or do they just suck? Why did I read that out loud? My brain hurts, and I'm not going to answer the question. Is this the same game as before? Did Kybrit, for $200, send me the same fucking game? Are you shitting me? He already set this game.
New subscriber detected.
Woo. Thank you, jerked me off for 9 months. We've already seen this. You said somewhere he sent the wrong one. I will actually look at his, like, you guys sitting over there, like, I wonder if I'm gonna get my stimulus check that may or may not happen. Kybrit's like, I just spent $200 and I fucked up the replay. And me is somewhere in between. No, that was the right one, according to this. No, I don't see any other links.
Oh, the second replay link was the same as the first. Here's the second. Oh, that was the very last thing he said. That was 2 hours ago. So, Kai Brett, when you're watching this now, shame. Preemptive. Preemptive shame. I'll just make sure we got that locked down.
Oh, a follower.
Also, this is what that looks like. Like,
Thanks for all the great content.
Kybrit has 0 army 5 minutes before the game ends. So, I'm hyped to see how this goes. And it's not like the other guy has 0 army. It is... I don't know. Well, we'll see. Once again, the depot is just late. Like, his depot is just late. Again. To actually answer the carrier question is they are good in ultra late game if you have a decent economic position, which is pretty tough to have except in against Terran and rarely happens against Zerg. But if you literally watch my YouTube video from fucking yesterday, you would find a game with carriers, thus, fuck off. And the Protoss wins. Spoilers. His build is wrong. At least he took his natural this time. I'll give him that.
SCV ready.
You've built the add-on is
It's not coming together perfect, but this looks a lot closer to like the factory is not decorative. You don't just build a factory and like, well, now I got a factory.
Your army is
ready. Reporting for action.
That's not what the factory is for. You spent more time trying to path around the bubulas than it would have taken if you just flew through the fucking bubulas. But that is, of all the things you could do, a very minor issue. Okay, so when you're building bio units, usually you want to hotkey more than one barracks at a time is another pro tip. That did not go great. Like you can see Kyra, like he's trying, which makes it more sad. He's trying not to be the 113 guy. He's trying to like, I'm gonna finally for some reason learn how to play.
Additional supply depots required. Research complete.
Tell him it's better. This is worse than his normal build. This specifically, like it's better to learn in the long run. It's worse though. It is worse. Like I appreciate the effort. But there's like he's built so many bad habits. Like it's gonna take a whole lot of rehab here to get out of the Turtle, Terran, Gold Leaguer habits of say queuing up a dozen aesthetically pleasing depots expanding to the right locations most of the time, but not really, like using hotkeys.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build something. That command center upgrade you ordered is here. Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Building units.
SCV ready.
You've built a fancy mineral field depleted. The add-on is your units are all no excuse not to build something.
Getting, oh, he got, wait, no, he didn't get combat ship. Oh my god. Building tanks.
Upgrade complete.
Like,
Wow.
it is like we're listening to Tool. Okay? Tool. People like Tool. Tool has a fan base. But imagine Tool without drums or bass guitar. I assume they have those things. I don't know if they're something else. That's sort of like there's still. Oh, are those the best parts of the band? I wouldn't know. I'm not a total Tool, but
Great done. You want more stuff? Build more. Add-on complete.
but sure, those things.
Your SCVs can't mine when they're dead. Out of minerals. I see minerals. I see gas. I see SCV. Additional supply depot. Unattended SCV.
Okay. Ah. So not only are the Marines worse, but he also tried to micro. So that's an absolute unmitigated war crime. Don't tell me that's a... You can tell. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean by it's gonna take more than a few days of rehab. Because something goes wrong and it's back to the fusion core. It's like, well, it didn't work out. Give me that fusion core. It's a little late for the fucking fusion core. Let's be honest here.
Add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to use it. I remember when those explosions you hear. That's your base team.
Honestly, I think the best recommendation I have for Kybert right now is play Protoss. No, like not. I'm not saying play Protoss. Like switch to Protoss. Play Protoss for a week. That's actually my best recommendation. Go do something like you have no experience. At least get some sort of fucking.
Attack. Your SCVs are being harassed. It's ruining workplace morale. Unattended SCVs are known to explode.
The fact that there's enough money to build more battle cruisers while all the bases are dead.
Those explosions you hear, that's your base being flashed. Those explosions being harassed. That's your base.
He tried for a little bit. I don't know if I pre-shamed him, but shame. He's what he's trying to do, it seems like he's trying to not fail the P-test. He's trying to play just enough bio to pretend like he isn't just building Turtle Terran battle cruisers on weekends. Let's be honest with ourselves. Oh, hope score? That was gold. Honestly, it's like a C. The other player was flat. It's like he kind of made a lot of stuff, but didn't put a good effort into it, so that's usually what you'd expect. And that's par for the course. It's like I don't think he's in silver, but I don't think he's moving up like that anytime soon. So So we got from not Pepper yet. My roommate is Sergeant Tucker. So Tucker's roommate. He is making me do this. I'm gold 2 and don't use hotkeys. Okay, so this is an interesting development. There's a couple Doug games in my replays. Uploaded. The 4-minute against the Diamond was a cannon rush. Thank you for the explanation. I do not care. I was not going to pick a 4-minute game. Unless that's literally all you had. But sure. PvP, I guess, is a mess here. Whatever. I don't... Protoss. Wait, are you Fear Turkey? Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Fear Turkey. Okay. So, we're just going to assume Tucker had a hand in this, which means this is a disaster. And I mean, no, so close, but yet so far. I'm not bringing up the, you know which video. Oh my god. Where is his gateway? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because the cyber core is now like 30 seconds late because we fucking scouted. Okay, 20 seconds, whatever. Why don't you worry about you first instead of worrying about him? What? That doesn't mean there's no gate. Oh my god. It was all going so well right up until you saw anything he was doing. Like, it almost looked like you had an idea of what to do until you scouted ever. So, I will give you that much. Okay, yes, but also, no. No. Wrong. No. 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 Even if you killed all of his workers. Just tell him the PvP opener? Yeah, Google Protoss versus Protoss build. Oh wait, why am I taking that? Like, I wouldn't recommend building an Oracle at any point. Because then you'll have to micro an Oracle, or feel obligated to micro an Oracle, and now we're here.
The enemy has this.
I mean, this is your silver Protoss. Like, we're gonna go Void Race! We're gonna get non-charged Zealots! We're gonna get +1 shields! The only other thing we could do to fulfill the stereotype of advanced Silver League Protoss is go straight to DTs and while building a bunch of cannons all around the base in locations that never actually do anything. And I'm not going to explain why +1 shields is not the ideal upgrade again. I've done it too many times. Alright, some more gates. Well, we're definitely not... Okay, there we go. There we go. We're going to get some of those. And now, on the other side, same thing. Boom. Gotta get... Wait, what the fuck is he... Oh, yeah, we're just gotta get those cannons in places that really just are kind of incredibly fucking useless. It's like, oh, well, this cannon is going to perfectly defend about half my mineral line. When those Void Rays with +2 shields inevitably come in. Like, I blame Tucker for this. I don't blame you, Fear Turkey. You're going along completely ignorant as to how to play StarCraft. Only through Tucker and him having the volume up too high and hearing me have you learned anything? And that's like, we'll stick with that. It's Tucker's fault, not yours. Tucker from the south. Like, come on, obviously. Nobody has the lack of respect to their children to name them Tucker above the Mason-Dixon line. Come on. You didn't need to be so specifical. Okay, so charging up the Void Ray doesn't do anything against Zealots, but that's very low on the list. It scared him. Yes. I mean, like, this is a perfectly Gold League game. You got 2,600 minerals. You got 800 gas. We're researching Storm with +1 shields, microwing an Oracle. You could have built 26 more Zealots, and not instantaneously, but that's 52 more supply. Like, 76 to 66 supply, or 128 versus 66 supply. Like, what's the difference? I don't know either. Thankfully, the best thing that could have happened there is the Oracle dying, so that's good. Is this silver or low gold? Okay, I want you to answer this question, Mr. Bustraw. Did you just show up like 4 seconds ago? Or are you deaf? I can answer that question. He's deaf. He's been chatting all night. Both. 420 though. Blaze it, you know what I'm saying? Vape Nash. Where's Shepherd? Have I talked about Archons? I don't know if I've spoken on Archons before. But Archons, believe it or not, pretty good.
Oh, good. Now I have your attention.
3-month anniversary. Where are you taking me, Winter? To your northern castles, smiling,
What?
face throwing kisses,
Bannerlord lol. Thank you, J7 Savage. Who takes someone somewhere for a 3-month anniversary? I'll take you to fucking Applebee's if they're still in business. Alright, if you're lucky. They can microwave us some steak. Fun fact, before you guys paid me way too much money for things, that is where we went, me and Silver. Our first date was at Mongolian Barbecue. Some of you know what that is. That's like, just the whole idea is a little racist, but pretty good. And then I took her to a dark field. And then we watched a movie. Little creepy. And 8 years later, yada, 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 now we're here. I like how the takeaway from this was, you know what I really was lacking? Void Rays. If I just had a few more Void Rays, then I would be perfectly fulfilling the stereotype.
Oh, good. Now
Did I not say at some point, like, the League of a Protoss is defined by how much and or when they build Archons? How long is this game? Oh, he never builds Archons. Did he build an Archon one time? Wow, that must have been traumatizing. Okay, storms don't work on buildings. Unlike real life. Just to make that clear. I learned that this game.
New subscriber detected.
Thank you, Wargat. No GG. Fuck you, no GG. Honestly, I'm surprised you got to gold. Congratulations. C-. That was Silver League if I've ever seen it. But that's where, like, I started in silver. So, no shame there. Yeah. That's what Silver League Protoss looks like. I've got only like 50 games this season. Oh, that's a lot more than I expected. Good luck with it. Keep enjoying StarCraft. Alright? It's a beautiful game. Keep it up. Atomic Apples. Another gold player. Says, I'm just Terran and Zerg. I haven't worked on TOS. Okay. I've become addicted to F2. Unfortunately, you won approximately all of it, like, you only lost 2 of, like, the last 12 games? I guess here's a Terran. That's usually where you see the... Oh my god. That tells a story. Let's watch that story. I guess. Oh no. No, he says. I know that game. Yep. Good. Don't. You realize you can't say things like... There's almost nothing you could say that would convince me, but that definitely isn't it. So this is Platinum Zerg. We won't learn much. I think we're learning plenty. I don't know about you. I think we're learning a lot. All right. Oh, yikes. Could have been more eloquent there.
I like how you I do appreciate the like okay. It's like I thought this was going a different direction, but now we're business casual. I'm using punctuation, I'm using caps. Like, I'm using apostrophes. I thought we were going to have a different type of relationship, but you know, that's the way it goes, right? Like,
Hatchery cooked up a fresh clean for you.
of course he's proxy raxing. Of course he. Wait, is he? Yes? Wait, but he's doing a 4 rax with half the rax over there. Which is okay.
Base under attack. Hide your queens. Hide your hives.
Not a bad defense. Like, that's not a bad defense of the rack, besides not using the gas, but as defenses go of proxy racks, like, it could have been worse.
New queen. She's disappointed.
So, you're right, this isn't a great StarCraft game to learn from. But you have the instinct to go for speed roaches. No upgrades there,
Your
but
swarm.
no Evo chambers,
Your
but
drones are under attack.
the fact
It's
you
a
got to
disaster.
any sort of coherent build after all of that
Mineral patch is gone.
is not bad.
Queen's all done. Good choice. Your brood is under attack.
No, like go fight him. You could have won that.
Your base is under attack. Mineral
Ah, he took a Kybrit natural. Wait, no he didn't. That's one way to scout.
Mined out of that cluster. And still in the game? Nice. You're all mined out of that mineral. Queen ready. Brenda's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
A new queen is ready.
Yeah, the upgrades obviously could have been a little earlier.
Evolution. Mutation finished. All done evolving. For now, anyway. Mineral field depleted.
Roach, like,
The swarm is threatened.
Roach Hydra isn't incredible against Bio.
Yours
It's
mineral
just,
field.
it's usually better because you max out quicker and have way more shit, but
Mineral
like,
patch is gone. The enemy is
okay.
Mineral patch is gone, and it's not coming back. Your fruit tumor's under attack. Extractor depleted, and now the drones are sad. Mineral field depleted. Your drones are being slain. Brood under attack. Panic time. Your brood's stronger now.
You could have saved
base
them that.
under assault.
Was the thing.
You engage the enemy. On purpose?
Like, what is this? Like, did he take all the insults out of a shitty B movie from 1986?
Your precious base.
Maybe.
The enemy is attacking your swarm. You're all mined out of that mineral field.
It's like, don't you know it's 2020 and being emasculated is very modern? It's a good counter.
Base your brood is under attack. Did you build it all in the main again?
Okay, he tried to twist, but no, that was, you had a strong play there.
You engage the enemy. On purpose?
That's less than subtle. That doesn't even really make sense.
Base under attack. Did you build it all in the main?
You definitely come out on top of
Drones,
this match. Like he would like, obviously.
Under attack. Will you save them? Your precious base. Oh no.
That's
The swarm is threatened.
he has a degree in projection.
Your precious drones.
I
are
appreciate how you have not left the game. That's a good build. Okay.
falling. Your base is under attack. GG.
Alright.
Next time.
I'll give you the win on that one. You came out like, besides the natural, it wasn't a bad response. And we're gonna look at another one where I assume. Well, that was You came out on top of that game. You didn't get the letter points, but I'll give you that. I mean, you won most of the other games, so I was just looking for a game you lost, and that was one of the very few. Here, I didn't want to take a ZVZ because it's ZVZ. But maybe if you tried not getting supply blocked for most of the first 10 minutes, it'd be better. But we'll move on. What league was this? Yeah. I will say, this is a very Gold League opener. What is your portrait? I would be so salty after that loss. I mean, when you're playing the embodiment of, if Coach would have just put my son Tucker in the fourth quarter and won the regional championship, then today we'd be in the NFL. Well, then I don't think there is much being salty, but
A new queen is ready. Queen's all done.
why are you building spine? Okay, so you don't have a build, do you? You just kind of have like, I built a roach one, and now this is the low APM build, isn't it?
The enemy is attacking your swarm. Mutation.
No. +2 attack. +2 attack. Thought I saw a late expo? You didn't. You did not. Not okay. You see, like, at this stage of the game, it's not about what's happening. It's about what's not happening. And for both players, it is they are not spending their money. Whichever player manages to spend their money mildly better is going to win the game. And that's simply it.
The swarm
Like,
is threatened.
if you have 25, you've got somewhere around like 30 roaches of fucking minerals.
He's got like 17 roaches. Hydras, okay, fine.
Your swarm.
Where's the larva? It's not like you don't have larva. Build fucking units.
You engage the enemy. Base under attack. Did you build it on them? Evolution.
Also, I'd recommend lurkers. People have mental breakdowns. Now, here's the situation: is you could have been maxed out way quicker. You didn't need to wait this long. But now we're maxed out. What is going to happen? Why are you building Zergling? The counter to Banelings is lurkers. I'm losing. Okay, if you're building over 50 Hydras, build lurkers. That's my recommendation. If they're not going mass air and you're building over 50 Hydras, I recommend lurkers.
Just another replay to send in.
That's like a C+. You didn't spend your money, you didn't really do a build, but you kind of got the right units. It's gonna take a while. How much APM at the end? 100? Could get masters with that. It's gonna take some time. That one was alright. But also I'm adding shame for that last guy. And possibly do not procreate for him, but I don't think he's gonna have that issue. So let's not worry about that. We got Delta Brain. All the Clishes spelled C-L-I-S-H-E-S. Unsubscribed Diamond Zerg struggling. You know what? Let me just... struggling. Alright, Delta Brain. Is this the last one? Are we done? Are we fucking done? Oh my god, it's the last one. Oh my god. Okay. Let's struggle through this. I keep taking it off the camera. And I keep thinking he's not moving his camera at all. It's not a problem to delay the vert gas. It's not a problem. Oh, it's because I have the cursor at the edge of the screen. Okay, so roaches. Fine. And you built queens too, like... Honestly, +1 speed. I'm liking it. Like, you want to get at least a couple Ravagers to break force field. Okay. Like, you gotta have like 3 Ravagers at least. For force field and or sniping the prism. And then you can build Zerglings to fill in the minerals to draw the Immortal Fire. But like, having 53 drones against an Immortal all-in is solid. You don't want to fight with half your units. I mean, that much is pretty fucking obvious. Like, 5 Ravagers and 20 Zerglings. Even if they don't have speed. They don't need speed. You just need to not, like this is, it just kind of went, you can't half-ass it. You gotta full-ass it. Full-ass. You can't have a couple roaches chilling down here. You can't have a couple queens not doing it. Like, you gotta full-ass it. Especially if you built that many drones. Like, you can't have your queens, like, trying to figure out what to do with their lives. And then a bunch of roaches just chilling. Like, full-ass. And flat roaches don't work against this. You need Ravagers and ideally Lings to draw some of the Immortal Fire. Because... GG. I don't think that's... You have 11 roaches about to pop out, motherfucker! And you still have drones! This is not GG just because, oh, I guess Immortals are good. He's got 2 bruised Immortals. You got 11 roaches with +1 in speed. You're fine. Even if you lose the 3rd, it's not the end of the game, you stupid bitch. It's not pretty. It's not easy. Like, you don't have the great units. Our Immortals are fucking amazing. But they're bruised and, like, literally this one's 1 shot from dying. Also, best case scenario, he can warp in, like, 6 to 8 Zealot. 11 roaches are literally about to pop out. This is not like you're ahead on supply. This is a win. Or at least a much more hard-fought loss. The Protoss has nothing. All he has is this attack. That's it. All you have to do is not outright die. Like, and lose 30 drones. And also, like, well, the key to that is not being a total bitch. Overall, honestly, I liked it. The injects were on point. The production and economy weren't bad. In fact, even though definitely there could have been better target fire and better unit composition, it was fine right up until you gave up. It's at that point you were not fine. You were a fucking bitch. Like, if he had a bunch of sentries, or if he had any upgrades or a 3rd, okay, maybe. But with 14 roaches, and I stress that there are more drones, because you can pull the drones. Against this, you pull the drones. If you really need to. They serve the same purpose of Zerglings, which is drawing the Immortal Fire into things that they're not going to curb stomp immediately. It's not even remotely. In fact, looking at this position, if you just gave me this right here, this screenshot, production tab, like the drone count, and the mini-map, I would say the Zerg has a very slight edge. Yeah, they're not way far ahead, but they have an edge. Like, they should be able to put this together. It's fine. Play it out. How do you recommend I play it out with no opponent? But yeah, this game is not over. In fact, the Zerg is winning. So, my recommendation is, well, that's shame. That's shame. A whole lot of shame today. Build any amount of Ravagers. But overall, honestly, like, that's a shameful B+. It's a shameful B+. It's worse because of how close you were to just crushing it with a few small choices. Not big choices, not big issues. Small. And that's the end? That's how it ends? Sure. A shameful B+. Show us your skill. That's not what I get paid for. Well, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all of that. I have a replay. How do I donate? Well, next time you can figure that out one step at a time. If you can't figure that out, maybe work on your builds a little more. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. And have an amazing day. Come on, take my bits. He's trying. He's trying so hard. We're going to give Larry, I'm not going to say anything. We're going to give him 1 full minute to figure it out. I see the link. We might have the after, like the post credits. Guys, help. He's struggling. Now, on the Twitch chat on screen, Nightbot, who is so helpfully providing all the information for those who can read and comprehend, is filtered out because it would kind of be spammy because people are trying to provide that information. It's just not taken. So, just in case you're wondering about that context, we're going to go ahead and now we don't get to see Larry's replay. I'm sorry, Larry. But we're going to go ahead, just put him right under that shame column. But maybe next time. Maybe next time. Thank you, Larry, for your effort. Maybe next time. That's what we call the critical thinking tax. Though usually it involves people giving me money and then not filling in the rest. I am so close. I don't believe you. I will give $35. Larry's haggling. He's haggling up. Did I do it? I think I did it.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Because this is an awkward end to a YouTube. Then again, if you watch this far into the YouTube...
Donation confirmed.
Yo yo yo.
So he didn't put a space between yo 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 and the link, which means I can't just click the link. But Larry, you guys, I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone. Don't spoil it, Larry. What race/league is Larry? All right, considering everything, we're gonna take all the stereotypes. These are the strongest stereotypes. Larry, don't you fucking spoil it. Is he a gold Protoss? He is one of these three. I will tell you right now. Is he a gold Protoss, a platinum Zerg, or a diamond Terran? I will be right back one moment. Mull it over. So, let me recap. Larry has spent a whole lot of time repeatedly trying to make things work while really having a tough time figuring out the correct way to do it. Larry has a whole lot of heart, but not a lot to back it up. But like with all this considered, I am very surprised you guys were so wrong. He's obviously a Platinum Zerg. They should make this shit easier, says Larry. Classic. Classic Platinum Zerg. Classic Larry. Like, everything screamed. Down to the typing. I mean, average Loco fan. Instead of unenthusiastically handjobbing anyone and also not understanding how fucking verbs work, maybe try moving your overlord so it doesn't die to the first queen. Okay? Maybe give that a shot. Maybe part of the reason you potentially lose in Zerg versus Zerg is because oh yeah, that makes sense. Is because you're busy saying. Also, are you a vodka, whiskey, or adult grape juice type of guy? You know what, Larry? Beer. Larry likes beer. Do you like beer, Larry? I like beer. He strikes me as a cider man? Maybe. I'm a big cider fan. It's not the cannabis cookies. That's very different. I love beer. Of course Larry loves beer. You knew it. We all knew it. Everyone knew it. Larry loves beer. Okay? I was so ready for this, but then it didn't work out. Jimmy! Where are my memes? I had this all ready. Where are my memes? I'm very unhappy when I don't have my memes. Come on. Larry loves that natty light, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a vibe guy.
The enemy is attacking your swarm.
Fair. Okay, like, maybe try playing the game, okay? This ain't an RPG. This ain't Goldshire Inn, motherfucker.
The swarm is...
I don't know. Do you like the Packers, Larry? Are you a big fan of the Packers?
Threatened.
But I really tried to follow your build in spite of the chat. Did you know Wisconsin is the only state where a DUI is a misdemeanor and not a felony? Larry knows.
Your Zerg. All done. I knew.
Have you ever tried Milwaukee Ice? I mean, beer tastes shitty anyway, so might as well have that 8%. The first one is actually a civil offense. Oh, so it's not even a misdemeanor. It's like a... Don't do it again. Don't let us catch you doing it again.
Your brood is having...
Just like... Oh, Winter, I tried to follow your build, which is why I made 26 slowlings, while going for Hydras after getting Roach Speed. Just like I tried not to drink and drive, but how did my car end up in Lake Michigan? I don't know. It came out of nowhere, officer, I swear. You know, global warming's a real bitch.
Mission complete. You engage the enemy.
There, Ling speed. Yeah. No, this is exactly what I thought. From, like, I don't like to stereotype. That's a lie. But, like when you can't figure out the directions, and it takes 15 minutes just to, like, use the computer. This is exactly the type of game I'm expecting to see. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Purpose. Mutation gone.
Did you just... Oh, Gad! Oh, gosh darn it! I don't want to know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn supply block.
You can run fast.
I am a senior software engineer. Well, the senior part is key.
All done about for now, anyway.
It's just hard to donate. Unfortunately, even more senior software engineers are obviously better qualified, and thus... that's why they built that. Larry. One of your junior engineers probably built the whole system for people to give me money via the internet. So you should probably be paying close attention. Yeah, and they can't even dream. It's a dirty word to say pension to them. Okay, you might be sitting there with a 401k, and the best they can hope for is 420 anything. You watch for them.
Brood under attack. Panic time.
While DUI might be a civil offense, you know what getting caught with 3 grams of weed is? What is 3 grams in, Wait, are grams metric? What are graham crackers?
Your swarm.
Rifkin.
Now a mineral. Mutation complete. Queen ready. Mind out of that cluster.
He's not lying.
Mutation finished. The enemy is attacking your swarm. Queen's all done.
Larry.
Mineral field.
Larry.
Your brood is under attack. Under attack. Did you build it all in the main?
Larry. Larry.
You engage the enemy. On purpose?
I like how the W is after the P, but not the S. That's what gets me. Of all the places for that W to be, that is the best possible one.
We're all mined out of that mineral field. Brood, under attack. Panic time.
That's a lie. That's a lie. He's lying. I like how he capitalized the I.
The swarm is threatened.
Also, you did not have a baneling nest of any kind. And banelings, I mean,
You engage the enemy. Maru and Cyril make it look so easy.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you for making the letter a better place. Thank you for your service. I assume you're a senior software engineer at Comcast, based on my experience. But I hope you guys enjoy the. That's an XD from me. I hope you enjoyed this Angry Coach marathon. I hope you found it educational, entertaining. I hope you found it engaging. And if so, like and subscribe and all of that. That stands for Extraordinary Delicious. How did you spell that right? Anyways, thank you, Larry. Thank you, for watching. Alright. Cut. I don't know how to respond to the rest of that. Don't forget to put your queen on hold position. That wasn't the issue, Shepard!